No surprise for the start. Andrew Short has been nailing hole shots all year in the 29. Honda out front again. So that was no surprise. Here comes a challenge. 24 of Brett Metcalf gets around Short. Those two are duking it out for second in the series point standings. That's a big pass for the 24. But here is a surprise. Ryan Dungey is down. And then things go from bad to worse for your new series champ. Obviously some problems there with the front end of the motorcycle. He would have to pull it into the pits. And after he and the Rockstar Makita Suzuki team checked that thing out, they elected to not go back out of the moto. So after 9 straight wins, Ryan Dungey nowhere to be seen in the battle for the lead in this moto. Now starting to stir, the veteran Kevin Windham catches up to Short in the race for second, makes the move. And the fans were getting fired up over the possibilities of maybe a victory for the number 14. And here it comes. He puts the challenge to Metcalf. They would have a fantastic battle for the lead. Windham just hugging the inside, and they would come into another corner. Now Windham's supposed to be the veteran, maybe not so aggressive. No way. He would not let the 24 have it. Down to the inside, they fight for the same rut. Wyndham gets the spot. Metcalf tries to get him back. No such luck. Windham wins the moto. Metcalf only 0.8 of a second behind at the finish. It's going to be a great showdown looming here for moto number 2. His mechanic, Scotty Atkins, used to race out here a lot, and I think he got some good inside information on the hot lines. It was working up until that moment. Meanwhile, let's go back to Ryan Dungey. As we mentioned, at midway through this show, Roger DeCoster, the team manager, and a legend, really, the man who almost built the Suzuki brand when they started racing motocross back in the 70s, is parting ways with the team. How much of an effect will that have on Dungey? No doubt the tutelage of DeCoster and also Ricky Carmichael have helped make Dungey the rider he is. Now, no doubt, Dungey's got plenty of talent. They can tell you all they want. You got to go out and execute, and he's able to do that. But yeah, I'm sure it was probably a little bit of a bittersweet weekend last weekend for Dungey. Wins the title, then finds out RD is moving on.
Yeah, but watch as Dungey comes down this here. Watch how the bike works coming into these extremely rough bumps and everything there. I just marvel at what they've been able to do with this bike here, and like with the settings and the chassis. I mean, obviously you have to have a good rider, no doubt about that. But they work, hand in hand together, and it's just so plush. Sometimes you see some bikes and it's in those really harsh bumps and those like square edge braking bumps when a bike is too stiff or it's just not set up properly. The bike's really jumping around. But for Dungey, man, he just works it, and the bike is it's working for him, no doubt.
Well, we mentioned this bike and team last week won the championship with Chad Reed last year. Last week we said that they won the championship with Chad Reed last year, and they win it again with Ryan Dungey this year. It had been 16 years since a team won this title, back-to-back years with 2 different riders. So you said before, you got to keep the ball rolling, the momentum. They've definitely got it right now.
Yeah, and the interesting thing is that with Roger DeCoster, if he leaves, goes to another team, he knows Ryan Dungey inside and out, and so that's gonna work against him, and that just in a blink of an eye, your biggest supporter becomes the enemy.
Well, here it is. Ryan Dungey is headed to the 2nd moto win. And generally, when he does that this year, he wins the overall. But that's not going to be the case at Steel City. Yeah, he proved he's still the strong, fast guy of the class. And he's going to prove that by winning this moto. Ryan Dungey takes Moto 2, but the fans are extremely excited because Kevin Windham, with 1-2 scores on the day, wins the overall at Steel City. He won this race way back in 2001. He hasn't won a national since 2007. He wasn't even supposed to race outdoors this year, and he takes the Honda to victory lane. Brett Metcalf, close once again. He's happy. He'll be on the podium as well.